Hello friends, welcome to our channel Learn at 7:30 p.m. with your friend. Quadratic Equations Part 5. Before watching this video, make sure that you have watched Quadratic Equations Part 4. Today we will discuss solution of a quadratic equation by factorization method. We have already studied linear equations and how to solve a linear equation by different method, isn't it? So here we are discussing about quadratic equations. That is the only difference. Okay. Before that, let's see. What do you mean by solution of an equation? Okay. What do you mean by the solution of an equation? So there may be one solution or more than one solution, remember? So that also we will discuss how do we identify whether we have one solution or more than one solution. Let us see. Now, by the solution, the value of the variable for which the given equation satisfies is called the solution of an equation. Let's read once again. The value of the variable for which the given equation satisfies is called the solution of the equation. Suppose we have an equation. For example, a simple equation, a linear equation, let's take x minus 1 is equal to 8. It's a linear equation it's of first degree. So what do you mean by the solution of this equation? Here the variable is x and the constants are negative 1 and 8. Okay. So according to this definition, the value of the variable for which the given equation satisfies means if you substitute the value for instead of x, LHS must be equal to RHS. Let us see how can we. So here from x is equal to minus 1 you take to the other side. So x is equal to 8 plus 1 which is equal to 9. Here the value of the variable x is equal to 9. Now let us check whether x is equal to 9 satisfies this equation or not. Let us substitute. Instead of x we will give 9. 9 minus 1 is equal to 8. So when you substitute x is equal to 9 in LHS, it is equal to RHS. Clear? So that is how the value of the variable. Here the value of the variable x is equal to 9, or in other words, the solution of this particular equation is x is equal to 9. Hence, the value of the variable. Here the variable is x. Variable for which the given equation satisfies. That means LHS is equal to RHS. This is called the solution of the equation. Or in the simplest form, we can say the value of the variable for which LHS is equal to RHS for the given equation. Clear? Now, what are the different methods to find out the solution of an equation? So, first one is by factorization method. Second one is by using the quadratic formula. So, we will discuss the first one today, factorization method. So, you have already studied how can you factorize a given quadratic polynomial. Okay, so when a quadratic polynomial is equal to a constant or is equal to 0, for example, say general form ax square plus bx plus c. This is a quadratic polynomial. If it's equal to 0, you can say it is a quadratic equation. So in 9th standard, you have already studied what is the root, or how do you find out the roots of a quadratic polynomial. Here, since it is an equation, we will not say the roots, we will say the solution of the equation. So in other words, we can say the roots of the polynomial and the zeros, or the zeros of the polynomial, or the solutions of the equation. Both are same. Okay. So here also you know how to find the roots of a quadratic polynomial, or zeros of a quadratic polynomial. Here we can call it as solution or roots also. Okay. Now we will discuss the first one, that is how to factorize a quadratic equation. You're familiar how can you how can you factorize a quadratic polynomial? So let's recall. So this is the first one is by midterm splitting. Okay, midterm splitting. So you know what I mean by midterm, what is midterm splitting. So for a quadratic equation, let us take ax square plus bx plus c. Here this bx is called the middle term. Okay. So by middle term splitting, we will find out two values so that they have to satisfy certain properties and so on. So let us take, for example, the first question, x square plus 3x plus 2. Shall we put is equal to 0? Now it is a quadratic equation. So when you get a question like this, first and foremost thing you have to note that whether the coefficient of x square is 1. If it is 1, it is quite simple. Okay. So here the coefficient of x square is 1 and the midterm is 3x. And the last term or the constant is 2. Now we have to find two numbers. We have to find two numbers in such a way that if they add, we should get plus 3, and if we multiply, we should get plus 2. So you should find out two numbers. The simplest method is you have to write the factors of 2. So you know that 2 can be written as 1 into 2. Factors means definitely it's multiplication. 1 into 2 or 2 into 1. Okay. So first of all, you have to write the factorized form of this particular number. 1 into 2 is the only factorized form, isn't it? So, and let me see what is 1 plus 2. Yeah, 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. So, we need the values 1 and 2. Okay, that's why I told you we have to find two numbers in such a way that their sum is equal to the middle term and the product is the last term. Here the numbers are 1 and 2 such that their sum is equal to 1 plus 2 is equal to 3 and the product 1 into 2 is equal to 2. So here we need the numbers 1 and 2. So directly you can write the answer is x plus 1 into x plus 2 is equal to 0. Okay, so x plus 1 into x plus 2 is equal to 0. So let us see how it will come like this. So how can we write directly like that? Let us check. So by midterm splitting, this is x square and 3x, this is the middle term. It can be split as 1x plus 2x. For example, 3 oranges are there. How can you write 1 orange plus 2 oranges? So 3x can be written as 1x plus 2x. Okay, plus 2 can be written as 1 into 2. Remember the same numbers you should write here, equal to 0. Now what you have to do? Take the first and second term together, third and last term together. Okay. So what is common here? X square plus 1x. The same sound is coming, x is coming, isn't it? So x is common. So take x outside. X into, from x square we took 1x. What do you make x square? X into x. So I took 1x outside. What's remaining? 1x. Okay. This is positive sign. 1 into x. I took x outside. So plus 1. Okay. Now plus this positive sign. Here 2x plus 1 into 2. What is common here? Here is 1, 2. Here also 1, 2. Take 2 outside as common. So what's remaining here? X plus. I took 2 outside, so 1 here is equal to 0. So what is common? So this is the first term now and this is the second term now. So what is common here? X plus 1 is common. So take x plus 1 outside. X plus 1 I took from here and here. So into, what is remaining here? X. Here it is plus 2. So this is equal to 0. So this is how I told you. If the coefficient of x square is 1, if you get the numbers like this, directly you can write the answer as x plus 1 into x plus 2 is equal to 0. Clear? So now the question was x square plus 3x plus 2 is equal to 0 and we got it in the form x plus 1 into x plus 2 is equal to 0. Let's see how can we solve it. X square plus 3x plus 2 is equal to 0. 3x plus 2 is equal to 0 and we split it in the form x plus 1 into x plus 2 is equal to 0. Now tell me, if A into B is equal to 0, what must be the condition? Either A must be equal to 0 or B must be equal to 0. One of these element or one of these terms must be equal to 0. So either A equal to 0 or B equal to 0 or both can be 0. So this implies either x plus 1 equal to 0 or x plus 2 is equal to 0. So x plus 1 equal to 0 implies what? x is equal to minus 1 or x is equal to plus 2 should go to the other side minus 2. So the solutions are minus 1 and minus 2 can be solutions. So a quadratic equation, it has two solutions. Clear? So that we will discuss later how many solutions are possible for a quadratic equation. Anyhow, here you can see there are two solutions. Clear? So this is how you have to factorize it and to find the solution. Okay. Let's take another question. X square plus 3x plus 3x minus 88. X square plus 3x minus 88. So again here also we have to find two numbers in such a way that the product must be negative 88 with the sign and the sum must be plus 3. If you add plus 3, if you multiply negative 88. Can you tell me these numbers? So 88, what are the factorized form? Yeah, in between 11 into 8 you can write. Okay, but remember here we need negative sign. So one of the numbers must be negative. So shall I can write either negative 11 into 8, that is negative 88, or 11 into negative 8, that is also negative 88. Now tell me which set we need. Because on addition we should get positive 3. If I add negative 11 and 8, we will get negative 3 only because sign is here bigger sign. So we don't want this. Here 11 plus minus 8. Positive 11 is positive, bigger number is positive. Obviously the sum is positive. So we need 11 plus negative 8 is equal to positive 3. So always remember, if there is a negative sign in the constant or the last term, one number must be negative. And how will you choose which number is positive? Because you have to see the middle term. If the midterm is positive, the bigger number must be positive. Once again, I'll tell you, if there is a negative sign in the constant term, one of the numbers will be constant, sure. And which number must be positive? That will decide by the midterm. If the midterm is positive number, the bigger number will be positive. Fine. Now we got 11 and minus 8. So I have told you that if the coefficient of x square is 1, you can directly write the answer. Here the answer will be x plus 11 into, remember this is negative 8, x minus 8 is equal to 0. Since it's an equation, put equal to 0. So this implies either x plus 11 is equal to 0 or x minus 8 is equal to 0. So what is x? X is equal to, or this implies x is equal to 0 minus 11, that is negative 11. Or x minus 8 is equal to 0 implies x is equal to 0 minus 8, move to the other side, become plus 8 is equal to 8. So x has two values, either negative 11 or 8. Clear? So here also a quadratic equation has two solutions, or we can say that the number of solutions will be equal to the highest power or the degree of that equation. Okay, that we'll discuss more in the coming parts. Okay, I think it is also clear for you. Now let's move to the next question. Question number 3. Here x square plus 14x plus 48. Here if you multiply, all terms are positive. If you multiply, you should get 48. If we add, we should get 14. So which are the numbers? Write the factors. 1 into 48. Then 2 into 24. Then 3 into how much? 16. 4 into 12. 5 no chance. 6 into 8. 7 no chance. Then 8 into, again 8 came here. So these are the factorized forms. Out of this, which one we need to get? If we add, we should get 14. So obviously it is 6 and 8. 6 8s are 48 and 6 plus 8 is equal to 14. So this is equal to 0 since it is an equation. So the factorized form will be x plus 6 into x plus 8 is equal to 0. Okay. This implies x plus 6 is equal to 0 or x plus 8 is equal to 0. Either this is equal to 0 or the second term. Because I told you a into b equal to 0 implies either a equal to 0 or b equal to 0. This implies x is equal to plus 6 to the other side, negative 6, or x is equal to plus 8 to the other side, negative 8. So these are the solutions. Clear? You have to do it yourself. Okay, if you have any doubt, just check the video. Now let's move to the next question. X square minus 11x plus 30. X square minus 11x plus 30. So what is the condition here? If you multiply, you should get positive 30. And if we add, we should get negative 11. So look at here. Here the midterm is 11. Here the positive, here this positive. So to multiply, we get a positive number means the chances either both are positive or both are negative. Since there is a negative sign in the middle term, we have to consider the negative numbers also. Because 6 5s are 30 and 6 plus 5 is equal to 11. But we need the middle term as negative 11. So what is the condition? We need negative 6 and negative 5. You have to practice many problems, then it will be okay for you. Okay. Now this is equal to 0 is our unique equation. So how can we split? Since the coefficient of x square is 1, we can split in the form x minus 6 with sign. X minus 6 into x minus 5 is equal to 0. So that is, this implies either x minus 6 is equal to 0 or x minus 5 is equal to 0. For this implies x is equal to minus 6 to the other side, positive 6, or x is equal to negative 5 to the other side, it is positive 5. So the solution is 6 comma 5. Again, two equations. Clear? So let's move to the next question. Y square minus 3y plus 2 is equal to 0. Here, if you multiply, you should get positive 2, and if you add, you should get negative 3. Again, the only factorized form is 1 into 2, but remember, since it is negative, it is negative 1 into negative 2 is also possible. Since this is positive, both the numbers should have the same sign. Either both of them should be positive or negative. So here, since it is negative, we should consider this set. Again, y, the coefficient of y square is 1. So directly we can write it as y minus 1 into y minus 2 is equal to 0. So this implies either y minus 1 is equal to 0 or y minus 2 is y minus 2 is equal to 0. So this implies y is equal to 1 or y is equal to 2. Clear? So here the the solution is 1 comma 2. This is how you have to do this.